Good evening, friend. Study with Apala. Engineering and General Geology, Parvin Singh book. Chapter 2, The Earth. Here about internal structure of the Earth. Introduction. The real interiors of the Earth is now we're exposed to our direct observations. With our present scientific skills, we can hardly penetrate up to a few kilometers below the surface of the earth, whereas the average radius of the earth is 6,371 kilometers. Therefore, the entire discussions given below about the internal structure of the earth is based on the evidence yielded by indirect geophysical methods. The study of seismic waves released during earthquakes and nuclear shocks formed the single most important source of information for the interior of the earth. Seismological evidence. Basic fact: seismology is a branch of geophysics that deals with the study of elastic or seismic waves generated within the earth during an earthquake. Shock waves developed during big explosions are similar in all details to seismic waves. The nature and properties of seismic waves will be discussed in some details in the chapter on earthquakes. The most important fact about seismic wave as are relevant to the internal structure of the earth are summarized as follows. In every earthquake, elastic waves of three main types are generated at the focus point of origin below the surface of the earth. These are named in short as P waves, S wave and L waves. The P and S waves travels through the body of the earth and hence are distinguished as body waves. The L waves are confined mostly to near the surface of the earth, are hence called surface waves. These the seismic waves travels in all directions from the focus. The three types of seismic waves are recorded during each earthquake in a definite sequence. At various seismographic stations, their records are known as seismograms. In figure 2.4, this compressionals P waves, shear S wave, and long wave L denoted by L, shear wave S denoted or compressionals P waves are typical seismographic, highly simplified. So P and S waves are recorded on the surface are after having passed through materials deep within the earth and hence are considered important in the study of internal structure of the earth. These waves travels with characteristic velocity through different media, so that from their arrivals times many important conclusions can be made regarding the nature of the materials lying in their path. So make this a diagram. So depth kilometer 600 5 sorry 6 6,000 5,000 4,000 3,000 2,000 1,000. S wave, P waves, mental core velocity kilometer per second velocity depth curve. From the study of travel times curves of these waves are obtained from various earthquakes records. It is possible to calculate the velocity of any one types of these waves at any depth within the earth. This gives the very important and revealing velocity depth curves. A thorough analysis of the velocities, depth curves, especially of a sharp and prominent change in them observed repeatedly from different record is taken as an indicator of major variations in the nature of the media at those respective depths below the surface. The analysis, when extended from surface to the centers of the earth, enables to obtain a generalized pictures of the internal structure of the earth. Interpretations, as said above, so the interpretations of the internal structure of the earth from the study of seismic wave is based on detections of abrupt change in the velocity of P and S waves during their travels from the focus to various seismographic stations on the earth. These waves reach the surface after being reflected and refracted at a various depth below. Figure 2.6 behind this page. So if the earth were of a uniform nature from the surface to the center, so seismic waves traveling through it would be recorded on the opposite and without undergoing any change in the velocity. Conversely, a major change in the velocity of seismic waves at some specific depth below the surface. So in numerous record can be taken to means there is a change in the nature of mediums materials at that particular depth. Such major change in the velocity of a seismic waves is called seismic discontinuity. It is of fundamental importance in the interpretations of the internal structure of the earth. In actual practice, a number of such seismic discontinuity have been repeatedly observed from the records of many earthquakes. Further depth calculated from these discontinuities so remarkable agreement and hence may be taken as a demarcating zone of a different materials composition within the earth. The two most significant seismic discontinuities are the Morovicic discontinuity and the mantle core discontinuity. These basic discontinuities dictate three major internal zones in the constitution of the earth: the crust, the mantle, and the core. The Morovicic discontinuity, it is the first major discontinuity in the seismic records for the earthquakes and is named after its discovers a Morovicic pronounced as Morovicic. It occurs in the seismic records at depth of 30 to 40 kilometer below the continent, 5 to 6 kilometer below the oceans, and 60 to 70 kilometer below the mountains. It is observed that both P and S waves are reaching these depth undergo sharp increase in their velocity. The P waves attains a velocity of 7.75 km per second from an original velocity of 5.4 km per second in the immediately overlying layers. Similarly, the S waves are traveling at 3.35 km per second attain a velocity of 4.35 km per second at this junction. Thank you. Like, support, and subscribe this channel. Thank you.